really important tip, and if you follow this, it's really going to help you with the whole writing process as well as standing out as an applicant to your schools. Hey guys, it's Onwin. Welcome back, or welcome to. I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to be giving you a bunch of tips and tricks about college essays. This is going to be like the short version of this, so if you are wanting a longer version, go ahead and check out the next video that I'll be doing, which I will really delve into my essays that I wrote for college for all the 13 schools I applied to, so keep an eye out for that video. But today is just going to be just a few tips and tricks on how to really write the best essays possible and how to make the writing process more smooth and easier for you and to get into your dream school. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so tip number 1 for you guys is to research the schools that you are applying to. And I don't mean like, you know, the really basic statistics of like where is it located and things like that. All that's important to know too. What I mean by this is, what are the school's values? How does the school like to present itself, and what does it value in its student body? Because really what you want to do when you're writing this essay and creating your application is to present yourself as a valued possible member of their school's community. And so, for example, the school that I go to, Pitzer, they really value contributing to your community and the environment. So I really focus on showcasing that in my application to their school. So that is my first tip for you guys, is to research the school that you're going to and really have that help you figure out how you're going to present yourself in that application to that school. Okay, tip number 2. This is a really important tip, and if you follow this, it's really going to help you with the whole writing process as well as standing out as an applicant to your schools. And this tip is to write about something that you are passionate about. This is going to help you on so many levels. It's going to make the whole writing process easier because you're going to find it more exciting and more easy to write about. And it's also going to shine through to your admissions officer because you really want to show them something about yourself, and you also want it to be something that is nice and exciting and easy to read. And so I really recommend writing about something that you're passionate about, because it's going to also make reading your application easier for your admission officers. And I mean, guys, they read thousands upon thousands of applicants and essays just a year, and they've been doing this for years, so they've seen it all, right? And so you want to stand out, you want to make it easy and nice for them to read. So really keep that in mind when you are writing your essays and creating your applications. All right, so tip number 2 is to write about something that you are passionate about. My third tip for you guys is to write your essays in a story-like version. This is similar to what I mentioned in tip number 2. And the reason I say this is because it's just nicer to read, it's easier to write, and it's going to help you be, it's going to stick in your application reader's mind. And so that's really important. It's also going to help you, it gives you an easy structure, right? So you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's also easy to find something and think of something because our whole life is a story, right? And we have these memories and these smaller stories that make up our big story. So that is my third tip, is to write your essays like they are stories, like short stories, because it's going to make it easier to write and easier to read. Alright, so my fourth tip for you is to have other people read and edit your writing. I know it can be intimidating and kind of nerve-wracking, and you're like, I don't want to get judged. So just ask people that you know and are comfortable with to read your writing, not just for like the small grammatical errors, which are very important by the way, but also just to see how it reads aloud, to get a fresh set of eyes on it, because that's really going to help you. And then you're also going to be able to hear these different perspectives, because like your parents, they might have a totally different idea or memory about how this one story happened. And so asking the people involved of like what you're writing about is super great, because you get to put in these different perspectives, and then you'll remember something really cool about it that you forgot about. So it's really helpful to ask people to read your writing, and to also, if you're stuck coming up with ideas, ask other people, ask your parents, ask your friends, ask your teachers, like be like, what is something that really stands out to you about me, like because you want to show your strengths. So ask people what your strengths are, and you can get that feedback and incorporate that into your writing. So tip number 4 is to read your writing to other people, have other people read your writing and edit it, and also ask other people for ideas and feedback about the stories and your topics of writing. Alright, my 5th and final tip for you guys is to write as many drafts as you need to. Don't be afraid to write too many drafts. I know some people are like, oh, it's like too many, but you know, it's really helpful, and it changes and it flows, and you know, maybe you'll go back to a later edit, you know, that's what you might settle on. But just writing as much as you can, and not being afraid to really edit things, but always save like a previous draft if you want to go back to it, right? Use Google Docs, you know, put in a separate document, that sort of thing. And also just try not to stress too much. If you have done the best that you can and you have worked hard, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anyone else has done or how you have done in comparison to other people. It's about doing your best and putting your best effort forward, because we are all different and we are all valuable, and you are loved for who you are. Because I know this college process is so freaking stressful, and it can really make you question your self-worth. So just try and remember that you are worthy, and that the college that you go into, while it's important and it's going to really shape your life, it does not define you, and it is not the end of the world if you think that you don't get into the school that you should have gotten into. So try not to stress. It's all gonna work out, I promise. I know I've gone through the journey. It's so stressful. At times you think it's not going to, but I love where I ended up, and I'm so grateful. It wasn't my first pick, but now it totally is. Alright, I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more and more about my college journey, especially if you're interested in applying or going to Pitzer or the 5Cs or anywhere in Southern California. I'm here to help. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can comment or DM me your questions. And thanks again for watching.